Hello and welcome back to another Cats & Co video, and today I'm going to go a little bit off-piste. I normally talk about factual things. Today I'm going to give you a little bit of an opinion piece. Bear in mind that I have got quite a lot of friends who are gold bugs and crypto people, but a couple of people have asked me recently whether I think a currency reset is coming, and if it does, what it would actually look like. So here are my thoughts. I actually don't think it's about if, it's about when. It could be 6 months, it could be 6 years, but it will happen. Currencies always reset eventually anyway, but this time it will be a little bit different because it will involve the introduction of a whole new type of money, a CBDC, central bank digital currency, which is not freely fungible like our existing money. It's tracked by default and it supports controls on where and how you can spend it. So it's controlled money, it's money with strings attached. Now, that doesn't mean that it will be overtly controlled on day one, but it can be, and that optionality is the real change. It's money designed to carry conditions if and when the system wants to impose them. When the reset happens in the UK, it will not be quiet, I don't think, and it will not be voluntary. It will be forced by a crisis, and it will be framed as such, because the public won't accept it otherwise. So, what will that crisis be? It will be based on some combination of economic issues, of course, the UK debt problem, persistent stagflation, coupled with a loss of confidence in the state's ability to fund itself at acceptable rates. But it will need a prompt. So it might be prompted by geopolitics. War is expensive, and war in Europe is already a reality. It might be another pandemic, perhaps, which is expensive, or it might be the result of new economic forces related to AI rollout, resulting in mass unemployment or widespread social unrest, which is driven by some or all of the above. We don't really know what the trigger will be, but I do think there will be a crisis. And here's the risky part for us all. Control the money, and you control the people. It's a complicated issue. The justification for a reset will be economic, but underneath all that, it might really be about control of the masses by the powerful. And that, of course, is of increasing concern to many. Perhaps we are seeing phase one of this already via the rolling out of digital IDs in the UK and elsewhere. The UK does appear very susceptible to economic reset. It has high debt, an ageing population, an expensive state, weak productivity, and inflation that refuses to go back into its box without causing serious political pain. Austerity at scale is politically impossible, and outright default is politically unthinkable. Inflation alone is too slow and too chaotic to do all the work. So perhaps some of the signs are already in plain sight. Governments are wildly overborrowed, commodities like gold and silver are spiking, and there is a stock market asset bubble. The financial system looks extremely precarious. So, when the numbers stop working, governments don't announce resets, they look for excuses. And this is where an external authority becomes useful. Historically, this is the role played by the International Monetary Fund. The IMF, of course, doesn't cause these crises, but it provides something invaluable to a cornered government: cover. It allows ministers to say, "We had no choice." It reframes domestic failure as international necessity, and it legitimizes emergency measures that would otherwise be politically impossible. And once you're in that world, the conversation changes very quickly. The priority becomes stabilisation, keeping payments working, keeping wages paid, keeping food moving through supermarkets. And this is where money has the opportunity to change its character. No overnight confiscation, not empty bank accounts, but tiering. You end up with old money and new CBDC money running along side by side. Legacy money, existing bank deposits, gilts, pensions, long-dated promises, They still exist legally and numerically, but their mobility is restricted, their convertibility is rationed, and their usefulness quietly degrades. Alongside it, the new form of state money will be introduced, presented as a stabilisation tool, a settlement rail, a way of protecting households and maintaining order. This is how a CBDC would become operational. Old money balances are capped, conversion is staged, access is prioritised for wages, benefits and essentials, and large balances are told to wait. And this is the key point that gets missed. Restricted convertibility is, in reality, good old-fashioned capital control. At that point, the reset will already have happened, not because the old money disappeared, but because its freedom of movement did. And crucially, it will be blamed on the crisis. Politically, that works. Daily life will continue. People can still pay for their food. Their anger may be diffused over time. But the cost, one might argue, for all of us ordinary people will be our freedom. Well, I'd be very interested to know what you think in the comments below, so please do comment there. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time.